Alright, Waffle, here you go. So, I have loaded this up. I have gone ahead and spawned in, or set all of my progs to spawn. There are 5 samples at 31,000 generations. I'm spawning each one in at 1 with a 5 hertz spawn rate, which means that I'm going to have 2 spawns minimum per. So I'm setting this to 2. And to the starting stats is your whales are about 150, 160. Your nomads are at about 40, 50. So, I'm just going to press oldest and see what happens. We found one of your whales, and it seems like your entire everything is green, huh? That's fine. I don't mind green. So here your nomads are, fighting over a little bit of food. This one's going to kill the whale. This whale's running away. That's kind of interesting to watch. So what is this nomad going to do? I'm going to pause it so I can select this guy. Yeah, we're way under maturity, and it is very happily going for the food. I do have a question regarding the decay rate. What is it? It is 1.08. So it's not as high as progs are normally used to. We'll go back to this. We have a prog that has given birth already. It's interesting. Whales have gone up to almost 200, where I saw it peak over 190. Nomads are doing just fine. Well, he's starting to lay eggs, and they're not cheap eggs. So 265. I have no idea what the prog's stats are anymore. I have not actually analyzed them for several thousand generations. Let's talk about the progs a little bit. So they're at 31,000. The last time I modified them was about 25,000. It looks like they might be a bit smaller than the Nomads. Size ratio of 1, pause it real quick. Nomad is a size ratio of 1.125, so they are quite a bit smaller than Nomads. So we have energy in the belly. He's going to go for the meat because meat is always a priority. Problem is, that's not how you lay eggs. This one, we have 4 of them now, so they're doing something. One of them's an egg. There we go. This is what we want to see. This one is laying babies. So these are 215. So the eggs are about 50 points cheaper than a Nomad. Hopefully this genome pops off. This is the first sample, and if it does, this is going to be the representative for the progs in the future. They don't seem to be doing a lot of hunting. There's plenty of meat around, so they're just going for that. He's going to die. That's it for that guy. We're going to follow the same gene lines since they seem to have done all right for themselves. This one is about to start or choke on a plant. That's fine. I don't think any progs currently are mature enough to lay eggs, so I think that line's about to die off. We'll go back to the Nomad. How many? No, so this is a 3 generation. So you deleted all of your old generations and started from scratch. It's fine. It doesn't give us an accurate representation of the history of this creature, though. It's like, how many generations on that counter did we lose? Because this is not a 3 generation genome. I tell you that right now. This guy probably gonna die. Oh, we got another prog blow up. This is number 4. Sample 4. This one cannot lay eggs, so I'm going to try to find... That's the one. All it really takes is one prog growing to maturity, and you're going to have quite a few eggs coming out. Unfortunately, this one's about to starve to death, and I don't think it's going to recover. Yeah, eggs are just on. So these have changed a lot since I last really looked at them, and it doesn't look like they have retained a lot of the genetics that I engineered in. So that the sample 4 popped up and then died off, which is, you know, somewhat expected. Our whale population's coming down, and the nomad population is going up. Probably going to expect a slight population crash in the nomads. Well, I don't really want to watch the babies do their thing. This one's old enough. Here we go. You're gonna get bit, you dummy. So I think that is definitely an issue for the progs right there. Progs are not used to prey that pogo. It's overpowered. So I think we're gonna see a lot of progs get killed by the R whales. Nomad population is still going up. I'm curious how nomads deal with the pogo situation. This one's pretty obvious. It's just gonna grab it. That plant pellet came out of the pogo whale. Okay, so what is our Bibit angle here? Let's take a look at the brain. 764, so that's a fairly strong connection. The Prog's Bibit angle connection is only 2. And where's your meat angle? Your meat angle feeds into 2 things. 32, so this one's going to lead to oh, no, not directly, to rotate. That's attached to speed, not rotate at all. There it is. Rotate is 3 hidden nodes deep from your meat angle. I'm not going to try to decipher that any further. What does the other meat angle lead to? So we have a lot of inputs coming into this ReLU, which goes into speed. Okay, that makes sense. Because I think these guys slow down when their angle's off. It's a good thing. Oh, we got 10, 11 progs over here. I wasn't looking. Where's the parent? I want the parent. There's probably, yeah, this is the parent. It's suffocated on a plant, choked on a plant. Interesting. So I think this line's going to die off because, oh no, this guy's going to carry on the family line. So the population all comes from one prog that managed to reach maturity. That's the challenge. They have to somehow reach maturity and then start laying eggs. I thought that one was going to pop off because it had food. Then a nomad came up and said, "Nah, that's my food now." So this is sample 5. And I don't think we have... Oh, there's a mature one. Okay. So sample 5 has a chance of coming back because this one's about to lay an egg. It's going to do it again. Just watch it. Surprise egg. We're going to get another one. This is just what a prog is going to do. It's going to jump from meat pellet to meat pellet and just turn them into eggs. it's effective. It's they've lost a lot of their own self-preservation. It seems once they get to maturity, all they're trying to do is turn eggs out, which is fine. It's not my favorite behavior in the world, but it's fine. I think the reason why your nomads are doing so well is because you have the pogo whales. They're a tougher prey than mine, simply because they're more dangerous to hunt. And as such, I think I will be re-engineering my prey species a little bit here. I think what I might actually do is take these progs, this prog sample. So this is number 5. 5 is the winner. I want to see more than 10 before I pick one. I want to see something more like 30 or 40 progs come out before I pick a champion. But what I think I'm going to do is take the sample that wins, and I'm going to turn it into a prey species. I'm going to make it so that it eats plants and is maximum size. And I'm going to try to replace or supplement my current prey whale with this updated predatorial base genome. I think that's going to be a good time. Nomads are going up to 90, 91. However, our whales population is down to a 140. So we're going to see some interesting things happening here. I think this nomad is going to hunt the crap out of that prog. What is going on here? Oh, Uno reverse card. Is this a 5? It is a 5. Okay. 5 is in the running for championship status. Let's see what the nomads are up to. Gonna die. Don't want to watch that. Hey, babies. I mean, we can always watch a baby. Watch this baby eat that whale. Yeah, are you gonna catch it? I think your whale is outrunning the baby. What is the speed? 132.5. My birds are talking to each other, and I'm curious about what they're saying. Just ignore them. Don't worry about it. Okay. So that's interesting that your babies are struggling to keep up with the whales. What else is going on here? They're very colorful. All of your colors are almost maxed out. That's interesting. I wonder why they do that. Do you have color-based things? Green Bibbit and blue Bibbit. What is that? That just goes into want to attack. It wants to attack green Bibbits. This is a very green Bibbit. You would think that that would not be the case. Why is everything green if these guys want to attack green? Okay, so blue Bibbit feeds directly into blue pheromone as a hard red. If it sees blue, it does not want to pheromone. This has a high blue content. What about your whales? Your whales, they're kind of middle of the road. They got about half color instead of full color, which makes a really big difference when it comes to the actual input and outputs. So they have a red Bibbit and a blue Bibbit connection. Red Bibbit is very weak at negative 0.08 to want to eat. I don't think that's actually going to have an impact much. And the blue Bibbit doesn't actually have a connection. It's grayed out. So, but they're green for a reason. Maybe it's just because green is a dominant color as far as this is concerned. I don't know. But everybody's green. So these guys don't have body mutations. So they're green because you made them green. Looks like my Prog's collapsed. This is 2, so yeah, the number 5 sample that was doing okay has completely died out. It doesn't look like Progs are able to handle the collapse of the R whales population at all. Bummer. Bummer. Who's this? Number 4. We have a new contender. Sample 4. And interesting. You're not in a good place, homie. Like you've got some work to do before you can start laying more eggs. I don't have high hopes for the sample 4 genome popping off. It's looking at the whale, and it just bypassed the whale, which I think is an unfortunate thing. Wow. So we have a 2-input, a really heavy input with the meat, but since there was no meat there, I don't know why he wasn't going harder for the Nomad. What else we got going on here? Nomads everywhere. Let's see what's going on here. Number 3 is taking a chance. So none of these samples seem to be failed samples. I haven't seen 2 do anything, but 1, 3, 4, and 5 have each had a turn at success at the very least. Let's see if we can find the adult. This is the one who made the babies, and it's dying, choking on a plant. You disappoint me, sir. You disappoint me. For Nomad. No, Nomads are doing a great job. I definitely think you have the superior prey, and I think that's making all of the difference. That was interesting to watch. Yeah, and it's gonna get the food. That was cheeky. That was cheeky little maneuver. Your prey, my prey is sticky, right? When my prey bites something, it just grabs a hold of it. Yours doesn't, even if it's a predator, right? So it just spits that predator out. That's going to give you an advantage towards healing, I think, because healing is going to be important. You're going to end up with a lot of half-dead predators. Yeah, I'm definitely upgrading my my prey after this. So 4 is popping off again. We actually have 3 lines that are reproducing at the moment. 1, 4. I'm curious what's wrong with 2. Because 2's just not making it happen. Huh. Little guy definitely wants to eat big guy. I'm not doing brain. I don't want to look at any more brains today. I'm going to end up looking at brains today because of the modifications that I'll be making. But I don't want to sit here and try to explain it. I'll just make myself look like a fool. Dead Prog. Bunch of Progs who think that plants are great. Ooh. So this is what I like about the Progs right now, and why I'm really not disappointed with them, even if their performance is lackluster in this environment. They've gotten really good at not killing each other, only to prove me wrong. Only to prove me wrong. You stupid things. And he's gonna get bit. He's gonna get bit. Watch that. Dead Prog. I think because these things... What is the bite force on the whale? It's fairly high. So the Progs aren't going to survive the bites, where Nomads are, right? And the Progs don't avoid the whales. Because my whales avoid Progs. I'm curious. Let's take another look at the brain here. What is your rotate connections? You have food, an absolute, which is fed a little bit by Bibit angle, which is only going to turn one direction, right? This way. It's never going to turn right because absolute. But it does have a connection to Bibit angle. If it sees Bibit, it's going to turn right. Ever so slightly. Fascinating creatures. This is number 3. Still not number 2. Number 2 has not popped off. 2 is a dud. I'm just calling it right now. Our whales are down to 101. We're going to see whales drop under 100. This is not a healthy environment for predators right now. Meat count is 306. That's kind of what I expect from this kind of environment with a high decay. And very, very little meat energy in the field. Tons of plant energy. I'm curious about some more of your stats. Nope, that's all low. Pellet collision. It's fine. I don't really care about that. Huh. Minimum conversion efficiency. So this is all default. This is not default. Base reactivity is lower, which means plants are less digestible but have higher energy density and larger mass density. Okay, so that actually makes your plants a little smaller. I don't know if mine is following that same pattern or not. 5, 3, 4. Notice it's not 2. 2 sucks. I'm going to leave it in there anyway, just in the off chance that something happened. Look at all of these little green things, man. These are all prey species except for that nomad right there. My dudes have forgotten how to not eat plants. They'll make a wonderful prey species for that. That was interesting. Why did you turn away from it? I have another question about 25 and 10. Strength 25, 10. So these things have maximum bite. And my progs are 20 and 10. So I don't actually have as much bite. I don't think I'm going to be turning up their strength either. And I don't have a justifiable reason right now, so you don't get one. I'm just probably not going to do. Ooh, 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 ooh. 2 has made babies. It's not a complete dud of a sample. 255. So this one is probably the parent, maybe. I don't think it's going to survive though. Not to make more. Nomads are down to under 50. I really don't think just spawning in 10 samples of progs is gonna wipe them out. They seem to be doing a pretty good job in their environment. I'll give these guys 5 more minutes to figure something out and see if there's anything going on, but you know, all in all, I think it's a... Hold on. Okay, so you're gonna eat the baby. Didn't get bit. Smooth little move. I applaud you. Eat the prey. Good job. You're a champion. Here comes a prog. There goes the prog. The other way. Nope, all of my progs are down to base again. Back to count. But Nomads are also low. So I think we're going to see a resurgence in whales real soon. See them pop back up over 200. This guy sees dinner. So what is your blue input again? So if you sense it, you have a sign that connects to herding. You have a green herding connection on a blue blue pheromone sense. Other than that, it's largely red, except for this Gaussian. So bit angle. It looks like you're doing a little bit of herd hunting, not just Bibbit angle. What is this connected to? There's a hard differential, a change in the angle of the pheromone angle sends a negative to want to lay egg. How strong is that connection? 152, 168. And the other green is just a health. Does that actually... It is turning off ever so slightly. I wonder if it's an actually used connection. But the differential also factors into speed on a green, so the more that the change in angle, the greater the speed. And then heading is rotate. Yeah, these guys are hunting blue pheromone, which means they're going to be hunting progs. Yep. So I want to see the whales. What are the whales using their blue pheromone for? Because obviously they're spitting it out. And if nomads are hunting with blue pheromone, they have to be using the blue pheromone for something. Health and pheromone 1 angle are that's a 0. It's just health. If it's healthy, it's laying a little bit of blue pheromone trail. This pheromone sense has a green connection. It's light. It's very light. Into a relu, which is grab. That's heading. I think their pogo stick is actually based on the blue pheromone. That seems to be the way. And the number of Bibites it sees makes it not want to grab. All right? So if it sees Bibites, don't grab. Just bounce. That seems to be the extent of the blue thing. It's very, very weak, but obviously it's enough to keep the pogo sticking happen, and they keep doing it even though it summons the Nomads. It's fascinating. Okay, what's going on here? Who are you? You are 1, 4, 1, 4, and 5. I might as well just delete 2 now. But we're at 30 minutes, so, you know, I think that's good enough for now. Y'all have a good time. Progs didn't take over in 30 minutes. Sorry. And they're not going to. The Nomads are going to have a resurgence with the whales. So, I have some changes to my soup to make, which is, it's about time, right? I've had 6,000 generations since the last time I made a modification. So, there you go. The last thing you get to watch is a prog die.